everyone, I'm Daria. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet baby booties. Welcome back to Daria Crochet Life. On this channel I post knitting and crochet lessons, simple and not so simple tutorials on how to make different knitting and crochet projects. So if any of that interests you, please subscribe to my channel. Alright, here you can see all the materials and tools that we'll need for today's tutorial. So first of all, let's talk about the yarn. I decided to take some leftover yarn from the baby blanket that I was making for this channel. Here is the link for that tutorial. So it's the same yarn from King Cole. It's called Cherished Baby Double Knitting. This is 100% acrylic yarn. It's 100% low peeling acrylic yarn. Yeah, and in 100 gram there are 262 yards or 240 meters. And my color is 3440 or pearl. So you will need very few amount of this yarn. Definitely you can use some leftover if you were making blanket or anything. So I need around like 35, maximum 40 grams. That's what I think, and that would be enough. So if we talk about the hook, this is the hook that I'm gonna work with today. It's 3.5 millimeter hook. This particular I got from my grandma, so it's very old, and it means a lot for me because my grandma taught me how to crochet when I was 7 years old. So that's why I really don't want to lose this hook, and I use it a lot. This is one of my favorite hooks. You will also need scissors. You will also need measuring tape. We will need stitch markers. Try to find those that you can easily open and close. And we will also need a tapestry needle or yarn needle. This is the needle with big hole, and my favorite type is with banded tip. Okay, let me show you the basic shape of the baby booty that we are gonna make. So I already made one, and we will do another one today together. So we will start our work over here. We will do some foundation chain, and then we will work around to create a sole. Then we will do some rows like over here around as well, and then we'll start doing some decreases in like a certain way, and after that we will do ribbing, and we will work like this. So after we finish the basic sock, so in order to do this part we will do some amount of chains, and then we will do a ribbon, and all the time when we will come to this point we will join our ribbon. So the work is this way. All right, so this baby booty is, if I measure sole, it's 9.5 centimeters or 3 inches and 3/4, 3 3/4 inches. I'm sure this size would be okay with the baby like 3 months old. Okay, let's start crocheting, and the first thing that we need to do is a foundation chain. For this size we will need to make 10 chains. And let's do a slip knot first. So use any method that you like and make a slip knot. Make sure that it is as tight as possible. Insert your hook into the loop and adjust the size of the loop. And after that, please make 10 chains, 10 stitches. All right, I have 10 chains, and then I need to add one more. That would be our like turning chain. So I'm adding one more stitch. In total I have 11 chains. Then I'm skipping this last chain and insert my hook into the second chain after the hook, so skipping this one and going into the next one through the top loop only. So I'm picking just one loop like that and making my first single crochet. After that, you need to work to the end of this row, like to last chain. So in every next stitch you make one single crochet, and you do it through one top loop only. When you come to the end, and it is just one stitch left. So you need to do 3 single crochet, and all of them will go into the same stitch. And I also insert my hook through the top loop only. So this is single crochet 1, then I'm going into the same hole again. That's 2, and another one into the same hole. And as you can see, I'm turning my work, and right now I need to work along this side, and I need to make 8 single crochet as well. So now remember, we were using just top loop of the chain, so right now we will use the bottom loop. And this yarn end you can put along the edge, so it will weave in as you go. So do 8 single crochet. After making 8 single crochet, in the last space you need to make increase, so just 2 single crochet going into the same hole. But I recommend you to go into the same hole where the first single crochet at the beginning of the row was made. So try to find that stitch, it's over here, and make 2 single crochet into the same hole. After this round 1, you're supposed to have 22 stitches. So please count your stitches and make sure that you have 22. Then take a stitch marker and install it on the last stitch under both loops like this. So right now, stitch marker will show us the last stitch in a round. Whenever we'll come to this point, we will know that, okay, this is the last stitch in a round. Then we need to find the first stitch. It's actually this one, but if it's hard for you to see, sometimes the yarn is like very hard to see the first stitch, so I recommend you to count backwards, as we know that we're supposed to have 22 stitches. So count backwards and find stitch number 1. Insert your hook under both loops like this, into that stitch, and make increase. So that means 2 single crochet into the same hole. Okay, I made my increase. Then I need to make 8 single crochet. So each of them will go into their own stitch, and I insert my hook under both loops. After that, when you come to this point, you need to make 3 increases. So in the next 3 stitches, you will do increases. Increase one more time, that's 2 single crochet into the same hole. So I did 1, now I insert my hook over there again. That's my increase number 1. Then I'm doing increase into the next stitch. Okay, and increase into the last stitch. Last increase. So if you're not sure whether you did increase or not, so stretch your work, try to find that hole and see how many stitches are going from that hole. So every single crochet, they have little legs. Let's look at the normal single crochet. You see the single crochet has a top and 2 little legs going from the hole. So if I stretch this one, I will see that I have just 1 single crochet. But when I did increase, there are too many legs going from the same hole. So that means I have 2 stitches, which is increase. Everything is correct. So after that, you need to make another 8 single crochet, each of them going into their own space. Then you need to make 2 increases. So 1 is going into the next stitch, and the last one we will do into the stitch with the stitch marker. So I'm taking away stitch marker, put it on the table, make my last increase. So don't forget that you need to do 2 stitches into the same hole, and then take the stitch marker and install it under both loops on the last stitch. And after this row, you're supposed to have 28 stitches. Round number 3, we start with 1 increase, and then you need to make 9 single crochet, each of them going into their own space. After that, you need to make one increase, one single crochet. So I'm doing one increase into the next stitch and one single crochet into the following stitch. And then this part, one increase and one single crochet, I need to repeat 2 more times. So I'm doing one increase, one single crochet. This is my second time. And then one increase and one single crochet. That's the third time. After that, you need to make 8 single crochet again, each of them going into their own spot. And we have just 4 stitches left, and we need to do one increase, one single crochet, one increase, one single crochet. So one increase, one single crochet, and at the end, one increase. And in the last one, I'll do one single crochet. So I'm taking away marker, doing my one single crochet, and putting marker back under both loops like this. So don't forget to put the marker back. Count your stitches. After this row, you should have 34 single crochet. Round 4, we start with one single crochet, then one increase, and then 10 single crochet. Then make one increase, 2 single crochet, one and another one going into the next stitch. Now repeat this part, one increase, 2 single crochet, 2 more times. Then make 8 single crochet, each of them going into their own stitch. Then we do one increase, 2 single crochet, and we will finish the row with one increase and one single crochet. So one increase, and in the last stitch one single crochet, taking away marker, doing my last single crochet, and don't forget to put the marker back. Count your stitches after every row. After this one, you're supposed to have 40 stitches. In the next round, round 5, we need to make 3 single crochet, each of them going into their own spot, and then one increase. Then make 8 single crochet, and then we will do our repeat, 3 single crochet, 1 increase, and you need to repeat it 3 times. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 1 increase. So that was my repeat number 1. You need to repeat this 2 more times. So 3 single crochet, 1 increase. Then make 8 single crochet again, and let's do our repeat 2 more times. So 3 single crochet, 1 increase, 3 single crochet, 1 increase. So you'll finish with the increase. 1, 2, and 3 single crochet, 1 increase, and then another one. 1, 2, and 3 single crochet, and into the last one I'm doing increase. You will still need marker at the end, so put it there. Count your stitches. You should have 46 single crochet. All right, so we finished our sole, and after that we will stop increasing and we will work around. But the first row around we will do through the back loop only. So you see we have front loop and back loop, and right now I insert my hook through the back loop only. I will have just one loop on my hook, and I'm doing normal single crochet, and I need to work like that all around, and I will have 46 single crochet at the end. So this marker will tell me that I'm at the end. You don't really need to count. You can count after this row, and you see you're doing it correctly if you can see this line. You see, before we had no line, so right now we have a line which is made from the front loops, and after that these stitches will change direction like this, because we start building like walls for the booty, and the sole will be at the bottom, and this would be really nice edge. Okay, so work around to the end. I'm at the end of this round, so making my second last stitch, then taking away the marker and doing my last stitch through the back loop as well. Don't forget to put the marker back. Count your stitches, make sure that you still have correct number, and after that you can proceed. So next 3 rounds we work without any changes, and we will do classic single crochet. So we will insert our hook through both loops like that. So no more through the back loop only. Do normal classic single crochet, and you work like that for 3 more rounds. After making 4 rounds without any changes, that's what you were supposed to have so far. So after that we will start our decrease rounds. But before doing our decreases, we need to make 12 single crochet. So be careful, count your stitches and make 12 single crochet. Still have this beginning of the row marker. Then we start making our decreases, and we will do invisible decrease. So how to do invisible decrease? You go into the next stitch through the front loop only, like that. And then before making any yarn overs, you go into the following stitch, into the next stitch through the front loop only. So you will have 2 fronts and your original loop. Then yarn over, pull it through 2 fronts like that, have 2 loops on the hook, and then like finish like normal single crochet, yarn over and pull through. In this case you will have absolutely invisible decrease. After that we need to make 3 single crochet, but be careful after invisible decrease. So this is my next stitch, not this one, because it looks like these 2 little legs going from that hole, and some people can assume that this is the next hole. But if I look from the top, I will see that this front loop is actually moving. So that means that was part of my decrease. That's why I'm going into the next stitch. And as I said, I need to make 3 single crochet. So then you need to repeat this part, 1 decrease, 3 single crochet, 3 more times. So let me show you how to make decrease again. So I'm inserting my hook through the front loop of the next stitch, through the front loop of the next stitch. I have 2 fronts, yarn over, pull through 2 fronts, have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And then be careful where you insert in your hook. Don't go into the same stitch again. So if you move your stitch, you will see that the front is moving. So that's why I'm going into the next one and making my 3 single crochet. So after that, you need to make decrease 3 single crochet, decrease 3 single crochet, like 2 more times. After that, just make 1 single crochet in every stitch to the end of this round. You don't really need to count your stitches, but count your stitches at the end, and you should have 42 single crochet after making this round. Next round, round 11, you start with 13 single crochet, and then make 1 decrease, 2 single crochet, and you need to repeat this part, 1 decrease, 2 single crochet, in total 4 times. So I already made 1 time, 1 repeat, so you need to repeat it 3 more times. And then just finish the row with single crochet in every stitch and count your stitches at the end. You should have 38 single crochet. Row 12, you start with 13 single crochet, then make 1 decrease, and 1 single crochet, and repeat this 1 decrease, 1 single crochet 3 more times. And then finish your row with a single crochet in every stitch to the end of this round, and count your stitches at the end. You should have 34 single crochet. Row 13, you start with 12 single crochet, then make 4 decreases. So this time no more stitches between decreases. And after you'll finish your 4 decreases, you just single crochet to the end, and at the end you're supposed to have 30 single crochet. Row 14 would be the last row with decreases, and we started with 12 single crochet. After that, we need to make very interesting and new stitch for us. So that would be decrease, but this time we will decrease, like we will make 4 stitches together. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. And we will do exactly the same decrease like we were doing before, except that we will pick just not 2, but 4 front loops. Okay, so I'm going into the next stitch, front, second front, third front, and fourth front. So I should have 4 fronts and my original loop. Then yarn over, and here you should be very careful. So you need to pull through all 4 fronts. Don't pull through the last loop. You can do it one by one. I think that's easier if you'll do it one by one. In this case, you will not lose your loop. Okay, then when you have 2 loops on the hook, so then you just finish like normal single crochet, yarn over, and pull through 2. After that, be careful one more time, don't go into the same stitch. You see this one is already used. Go into the next one and finish your round just with single crochet to the end, single crochet in every stitch. So, and at the end of this round you should have 27 stitches. All right, so we are done with our decreases. This is how the booty look like right now. Okay, so, like this. So after that, you need to make 1 slip stitch into the next stitch, like this. And then please make 15 chains. Okay, so I have 15 chains. I'm gonna skip the last chain, and starting from the second stitch, I will go under 2 loops. So you see at the bottom I will have 1 loop, and on top I will have 2 loops, and I'm gonna make 14 single crochet. So into the next stitch, insert like that. So in the bottom 1, on top 2 loops. This is second single crochet, so work like this to the end, and in total you should have 14 single crochet. Please count your stitches, make sure that you have correct number. So in our case that should be 14 single crochet. Then you see our chain is going from this hole. So right now I'm inserting my hook into the next one under both loops, and I'm making a slip stitch like that. Then chain 1, turn my work like I'm turning a page in a book. So you see this one, I'm turning that way like a page in a book. Then I need to look from the top, and I need to skip 1 and 2V and go through the into the next one through the back loop only, just one back loop, and make 14 single crochet through the back loop only. So and make 14 single crochet, like finish over here. That's what you're supposed to have. Then chain 1, that's our turning chain. Turn your work like you're turning a page in a book. Skip just one loop, 1V, and starting from the second one through the back loop only, make 14 single crochet. So I'm on my third row, have 14 single crochet. Now look, this stitch already used, so that means I'm going into the next one and I'm making my 1 slip stitch. So basically what I want to have 1 row on every stitch. On every stitch should be just 1 row, no more, no less. I had 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and I have 3 rows right now. So in order to start new row, like row number 4, I'm going into the next stitch and doing my slip stitch again, then chain 1, turn my work, and this time, and that's what you will do all the time from now on. So you need to skip 1, 2, 3V and go into the 4th through the back loop only and make your 14 single crochet. So you will not be confused if you will know that you need to make just 1 row on every stitch, and the amount of rows should be exactly like equal to the amount of stitches that you had at the end when you finish your body. So we had 27. Finished row number 4, chain 1, turn your work, skip just 1 chain and go into the next one and do your 14 single crochet through the back loop only. Let me show you one more time what you're supposed to do over here. So I have my 14 stitches. This hole is already occupied. I'm not going there. I'm going into the next one. Slip stitch 1, go into the next one, slip stitch 2, chain 1, turn your work, skip slip stitch, skip chain, slip stitch and slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3 V and go into the 4th V and make your 14 single crochet through the back loop only. So, and that's it. You need to work like that all around. You see, I'm adding more and more rounds, and that is how you create ribbon. So I need to work like that back and forth all around, and I'll see over here when we will do seaming together. Okay, I almost finished my ribbon. So if we count our rows, you should have 27 rows. That's exactly the total number of stitches that we had over here when we started our ribbon. So let me show you how to count your rows. So every ridge, this is a ridge, it consists of 2 rows. This is like a half ridge, so that's why this is just 1 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. And as you can see, this marker is showing my like last stitch in the round, and that's where I need to do my last slip stitch. So I just finished my single crochet over here. Now in the next stitch, not into this hole but into the next one, I'm doing my slip stitch, and then that's it. We will need to sew these 2 layers together. So I'm going to cut the yarn end long enough for the seam. So if you cut 3 times longer than the desired seam, you'll be safe. And I need to fasten off, so which is take this loop and pull the yarn end through the loop and tighten that like that. Okay, so then you can take a tapestry needle, thread the yarn through the tapestry needle, and we're ready to sew. So on our beginning edge, we should have just 1 loop left. Remember, we were picking through 2 loops, so right now we have just 1 loop, and we will use that loop. So I found the first stitch, first single crochet, first loop, and I insert my needle under and pull it through like that. Then I always need to match 2 layers together. Then I go into the next loop, next stitch, and over here I will go through the back loop only. So here I have my chain with front loop and back loop, so right now I'm gonna use just back loop like that and pull through. Right now my working yarn is going from the back side, so that means the next stitch is from the back through the back loop only, and here I have just 1 loop. Easy. So, and I sew like that to the end. So this is how your seam should look like that. And at the very end we need to make a security knot, so find any loop that is close to your working yarn, let's say this one, insert your needle under that loop, pull through, but not to the end. So you see I always have my finger there, leave a bigger loop, and then insert your needle into that loop, and after that you can tighten that like this. And then you can weave in the end, because we already have tapestry needle, so find any loop that is close to the working yarn, insert your needle and pull through, and repeat it several more times. And it's good if you'll change direction. And this would be the inside of the boot, because we will fold it like that, so that's why you should do it on this side. Even though it looks like it's good side, it's right side, but that would be inside. Okay, so I changed direction several times, and after that you can cut the excess yarn. Then you need to do the same thing, like weave in this end, don't forget about it. So you can weave it in, but remember that we already put this along the edge, so it's already almost weaved in, but I still like to weave it a little bit more. So I'm taking my tapestry needle, thread the yarn through the tapestry needle, and from the wrong side I find any loop that is close to the yarn. Let's say this one, you can go under several loops. And one more time, it's good if you change direction. Okay, that's what you're supposed to have, so let's flip it over. And you also need to make the second one exactly the same way like we did the first one. You can decorate them as you want. So this is just like simple basic classic shape of the baby booty. So if you want to add some little pom-poms or a flower or bunny ears, you can do that. I just want to give you classic basic like a canvas where you can add your personality. Okay, thank you so much for being with me today. Please let me know if you have any questions on how to crochet these baby booties. And all the links to materials and tools that I was using today you can find in the description box below. If you're gonna make these baby booties and post them on Instagram, please tag me. Here you can see my Instagram name. I really like to see what you're doing following my tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crocheting. Bye bye.